Come in, sir.
Come and come.
Morning, ma'am. Morning, sir.
Have a seat.
Thank you, sir.
Utkarsh Gaurav.
Yes, sir.
What is the name of, what is the meaning of your name, Utkarsh?
So, curse means happiness.
Utkarsh means happiness.
We call it as like prasan in Hindi, little bit.
Is it?
No.
Utkarsh is, yeah,
Reaching the height,
Going up.
was highest.
Anyway. You are from Bihar Sharif,
Yes, sir.
proper?
Nearby. Like I'm from a village called as Amarpur. So it is just nearby Bihar Sharif, hardly 5 kilometers. So it is nearby. So that's
So what is your circle office?
it's Rahui.
Is it a new circle?
No, sir. It's older one.
Like how old?
Like I don't remember the exact like years.
Because Bihar Sharif was my training district. I was assistant collector there. There was no circle as Rahui. That's why I asked. Okay. Your father is an agriculturist,
Like farmer.
farmer. What he grows?
So basically paddy, wheat, lentils, and few vegetables.
Not potatoes.
Sometimes it depends.
Generally, your caste people, they grow potatoes, no?
Yes, sir. There are few reasons.
Bihar is quite rich in potatoes.
Yes, sir. So there is few reasons. Like example, Sosara is one of the reason, or the nearby town, like the area of Bihar Sharif, they grow vegetables in larger amount. But if you exceed like 2 to 3 kilometers after that area, the growing pattern has changed. Yes, sir. They mainly focus on wheat and
The
paddy.
area from where CM comes, I think they grow potatoes, no?
Yes, sir. It is. I don't exactly know about that reason, but it is nearby. So
All that. So you did your mechanical engineering
yes, sir.
from Karnataka.
Yes.
Why not that line as a career, mechanical engineering? A lot of demand. Why IAS?
Sir, I was having that passion for doing for the society from starting onwards, and in my school days only, like there was like a mentality that I had grown for the civil services. So because you have to choose something as a course, like as a career oriented course, I focused on mechanical engineering. I had studied it. I had gone with good marks, but later I have to shift my job scenario for civil services from earlier onwards only.
Is it the only means to serve society?
No, sir. This is not the only means. NGOs are there, various other organizations are there to serve the society. But whatever the best suited for myself, that I will have to focus on. So I had chosen civil services for that.
Okay, now how mechanical engineering will help you in civil service?
So mechanical engineering.
You will opt for mechanical engineering
Yes,
as a
sir.
subject.
Yes.
You have opted for geography.
Yes, sir. So mechanical engineering has lot of subjects in it. So in comparison, like I had much more focused on the energy resources kind of thing, like non-conventional energy resources or energy engineering or these kind of, and even the engineering as a whole, sir, have a lot of potential to give you a kind of mentality to tackle the problems in a much more effective manner. So I think that will help me for being a civil servant, a good civil servant.
Okay. Now you haven't opted for IPS.
Yes, sir. So my height is the reason. I'm not able to have.
And some railway service also you have.
So both
Same
require.
reason.
Yes, they require almost 165 centimeter of height, and mine height is 158.
So your subject is geography,
Yes, sir.
and your second preference is Indian Foreign Service.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Can you tell me how geography is a cause for Russia-Ukraine war?
So if we know as like there are various causes for that, but like in geographical basis we can say the region, like the Donbass region, and the earlier which they had captured the other one region I can't remember the names. Both were having the part of earlier they were having a Russian dominance culture. They were having the culture there. So culture, like what we have in human geography, that we have to study about little bit about of culture. So definitely that is the reason, one of the reason for the Russian Ukraine war also, because the similarity is what they were having. So definitely they wanted that reason to be their side.
Any other geographical reason?
So I don't remember that.
Russia's access to a warm water port or something? Is that a reason?
So a little bit I remember that that Black Sea is having one port where that they have access point for, because they have only St. Petersburg as a major port for that shipment route, but they have one port that is in the Ukrainian part. So for the supply of to have a shorter route and to have better connectivity, they want that port to be this in their side.
Okay. Now tell me, does geography affect the foreign relations of a country? Take India as an example.
Yes, sir. Geography definitely affect the foreign relations service, foreign relations of the country. We can say that like China only, sir. The Himalayas and the Tibetan plateaus, like whatever that geographical bound barriers are there. So we are not able to have a proper recognitions of the boundaries. And even we say that when we talk about the marine boundaries, there are various conflicts between other countries. When we say about Sri Lanka and India, and even the Sir Creek, that is a geographical feature that is in nearby in Gujarat region. That is also a kind of a conflicted region between India and Pakistan. And when we talk about Teesta River, that is having a little bit of geopolitical issues in India and Bangladesh when we compare both. Then the proper designation of the border in the Indo-Myanmar boundary, because of the dense forest, they are not able to mark the boundaries properly. So these are the different scenarios in which a geopolitical relations is built because of the geographical factors.
Have you heard of Quad?
Yes, sir.
What is it?
Sir, it is a quadrilateral dialogue which is having 4 members: India, Australia, USA, and Japan. So it was started, established in around 2003 or 4, after tsunami, 2004 tsunami. Then Shinzo Abe was the the Japanese Prime Minister was the first one to initiate this, to have a better security in the maritime affairs in the Indo-Pacific region.
Is it essentially an anti-China grouping?
Sir,
That's what China says.
Sir, we cannot say that it is an anti-China group. So there are a lot of smaller countries or smaller nations that are there in Indo-Pacific region. So definitely, as a country, as a neighboring states, we are even these 4 countries are having a dominance there. Definitely, we have to focus on a stability in these region, because we had seen that large number of trades had been shifted from transatlantic region to the Indo-Pacific region. So much more secure maritime trade route, and the maritime relations have to be built with different countries. So that's why we had focused on that. China is arguing it because they are they know that if this can be a successful one, then definitely the smaller nations will be the part of this Quad. Like they will have a better more lenient towards Quad rather than us. And this is the main reason they are promoting it as an anti-Quad, anti-China policy.
They call it Indo-Pacific NATO or something.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. My last question. After the division of Bihar and Jharkhand,
Yes.
all the minerals went to Jharkhand.
Yes.
And as they say, Bihar was left with Alu, Balu, and Lalu.
Yes.
Yeah. Tomorrow you will be a bureaucrat in Bihar. So what will be your vision? How to take Bihar forward without any mineral, without any industry?
So definitely there are a lot of shortages of industries, and definitely we had lost mineral rich region because of the division of Bihar and Jharkhand. But sir, we are having one of the fertile land in the world, that is Indo-Gangetic Plain. And being as a farming, because most of the people are relying in farming sector in Bihar, so definitely we can promote food processing industries, because we had seen that like just establishing another industries will not help, because we have to establish those industries that is having raw materials there only. Like you said sir, that there are a lot of potatoes that are growing there, so we can use that kind of materials to have that processed foods from those potatoes or other agricultural products. So first thing I will focus on that, then second one will be the promoting the service sectors, because these two industries does not require you the any specific materials that is not present in Bihar specific region. And sir, one of the things I can say that we have to promote inland fishing also, because Bihar is also having one of the largest production of inland fish in inland fishing side. So definitely we have these things where we can promote for having a successful like having the growth of Bihar in future.
Utkarsh,
Yes, yes, ma'am.
tell me, have you heard about green hydrogen mission?
Yes.
What is the outlay and how we are going to do this?
Ma'am, first of all, green hydrogen mission is related to the green hydrogen, which is like whenever we produce hydrogen from renewable energies. So that production of hydrogen is known as green hydrogen, and it is having the outlay that we have to make India a global leader in production of green hydrogen. And we had lot of policies regarding that. In the recent times only, they had the cabinet had issued uh, given the this permission for having that access of green hydrogen mission. And ma'am, it is having a lot of potential in the upcoming future, because even like government in the Indian railways.
Say in next 5 years,
Yes.
how much our dependence on crude oil can be reduced through green hydrogen? How much is what are our projections?
So, ma'am, as per the Panchamrit program, we have focused from renewable energy, that we have to reduce our 50% energy dependence.
I'm asking you a simple question. I'm not asking you to relate it to sustainable development goals. I'm asking you how much dependence on crude oil will be reduced.
Ma'am, exact date I can't say.
People are very optimistic, but there is a limitation to that.
Yes.
Okay. Do read about it in detail. Let's talk about G20. Tell me the unique features of G20 and how India is going to take advantage of its presidency. What are main goals?
Ma'am, G20 mission is basically related to it is a global platform where the top 20 nations among like those who are having a higher economic strength, higher GDP, and they have a developing.
It's a group of developed and developing.
Both.
Unique feature.
Yes, ma'am. It's a unique feature.
That it is not only of developing nation or developed nations.
Yes.
It is a group of, it's a combination of both.
Yes, ma'am.
That's the unique feature.
Yes,
and
ma'am.
what is the thirst of G20? Main mission.
Ma'am, in the initial stage, it was having that economic development for the economic stability, because the Asian financial crisis was there.
Economic cooperation.
Yes, ma'am. Economic cooperation. But rather now it has been focused on other issues also, like example climate change, then the geopolitical stability, and even having a good relations with different nations for having.
There are 20 nations, but one is not a nation. It is
European Union, ma'am.
So
Yes.
that is a group of nations,
Yes, ma'am.
which is also a member. And now, tell me how it will give advantage to India in what fields? Because our Prime Minister says that it's a very ambitious project where we can make what?
Ma'am, India will have the a say on the global platform by having the G20. Yes, ma'am.
Already has, without G20 also
Yes, ma'am.
India has. What is the main focus of G20?
First of all, like we have to promote those things which we had been successful, like the payment, like NPCI, UPI. The India is promoting at the global stage. Then we have to we are focusing on the renewable energies also, like how India has been in a advantageous state.
Please, I would suggest update yourself on this, because India is focusing on women-led development, and this is one of the major goals.
Okay. Yes, ma'am.
There are two tracks in G20. What are the two tracks?
One is this Sherpa track, like where the dialogue is coming, and one is that from where the top prime ministers and the presidents will have that say on that.
One is a political,
Yep.
and the other one is on economic dent in the system, how we promote, how we bring women to the forefront. So that is the craft part.
Okay.
Skills related to craft. Making India. Do read. I don't know.
Yes.
Let's talk about UPI then. You just mentioned that we want to promote UPI transactions. So now trade, if India is trying hard to trade in terms of rupee instead of dollar, how many countries by and large have agreed to do so?
Ma'am, Russia is one of them. Russia.
Number of countries who have agreed.
Ma'am, exact number I can't remember.
All of South Asia has agreed. Russia.
Yes, ma'am. ASEAN is
to
there.
some extent.
Yes, ma'am. Every
Total
nation.
35 countries have come forward to and given their consent that they will, instead of in dollar, they will trade with India in terms of rupee, which is a very big achievement.
Yes, ma'am. I will add it to my knowledge.
I'll talk to you about Bihar now. You have written Bihar Sharif Nalanda. Can you update me about Nalanda? What is the present status of Nalanda? Some work to touristic development and other developments are happening there.
Yes, ma'am. Actually, in the recent times, Wildlife Safari Park has been inaugurated by our honorable CM. It is having like different tourist place.
Nalanda.
Yes, ma'am. It is having two features in that. One is nature safari and one is wildlife safari. So people are like have the options to explore different activities. Like for example, zip lining and this glass bridge and all the concept is there. So, and second is like we can see the wildlife, like example lion or cheetah type. Yes, ma'am. And beside that, Nalanda is having, ma'am, features of like the oldest universities, the ruins of oldest university, Nalanda University is there.
It has not been made a new university.
Yes, ma'am.
Why you are talking about old ruins? I am asking.
No, ma'am. Actually, Nalanda's new Nalanda University is in Rajgir. So they are two different places. Like Nalanda is one place and Rajgir is the other.
Okay. Tell me one program about the Bihar government that is prohibition.
Prohibition.
How do you rate? Now a sustained time has gone by. What is the impact of that program? Whether it is good for Bihar or it is not good for Bihar?
Ma'am, I can say it is good for Bihar because violence had been reduced, domestic violence and the crime against women had been reduced drastically as compared to what before that prohibition of alcohol was there. So it has.
But very often we hear that so many people have died after drinking liquor.
Yes, ma'am.
And all. So how effective is that program?
Actually, large number of people died.
Yes, ma'am, in the recent time.
Because of illicit liquor.
So crime has been reduced against the women, but definitely this huge tragedy is going on. Like it is like yearly.
Do you have any data about that it has been reduced?
Yes, sir. Earlier data was published by the government.
You said many a times that I do not have the exact idea, but you're very adamant about that the crime against women has been reduced. So can you prove it?
So I don't remember the data actually, but I had read it in the paper only, newspaper, that it has been reduced.
Okay.
Utkarsh, you are mechanical engineer by qualification.
Yes, sir.
What, according to you, are the recent advances in the field of mechanical engineering?
So first of all, the automobile sector, that electric vehicles are in a row, like electric vehicles, even the hydrogen vehicles, they are having promoted, and even the hydrogen trains that has been promoted. Then we have the efficiency of like in the carbon capturing storage process, like the process of in which the thermal energies were have been produced earlier. Like we have like the if few technologies that has been evolved to reduce the emissions of carbon, like by carbon filtering. And we can say other reasons is like the energy resources field, non-conventional
How do
energy.
you see the future of artificial intelligence in the growth of economy?
So it will promote the growth in the economy for sure, because so it will create first large scale employment will be provided in the field of IT sector and the in the field of service sector, and it can be used for other field also. For example, in medical field, even in the automotive sector, we can say that it can provide like what Tesla or the other cars has been providing with automatic driving and all. So it is having a bright future for in the up.
You have been following updates on climate change and environment.
Yes.
What is the difference between climate and environment?
So environment compares like it combines a whole like where a person is living, like a biosphere. Like even we can say a small in like this room is also one environment when we specify something. Like in a larger perspective, it is a combination of like all the biosphere where we live, the earth whole. We can have a habitat where a person like any organism which lives
Okay,
or
what is
survive.
climate?
And climate is the like sir a phenomena like which is related to more of a atmospheric process, which is having a combination of all, but more of all it is having that uh, temperature and
What is your, how will you comment on present crisis on climatic change? We say climate change is a serious issue.
yes sir.
What is your
So,
view on that?
sir, it is actually a serious issue because in the recent events, what we had seen in previous year also, for example, the flood in Pakistan, the melting of glaciers is we can see like the event that had happened in that so. Uh, the region of Kedarnath, that sudden flash flood had came. Then we had seen that sir droughts in Europe, the Danube River and Rhine River, they had been almost shrinked, and the forest fires in California, Australia, and even in Europe, Portugal and Spain, we had seen these kind of crises. So these are not like sir a regular phenomena. It is a rare phenomena because we had seen the records like almost 100 years of records and been broken regarding the temperature rise.
Utkarsh, nowadays there is a lot of debate on collegium system in judiciary, appointment of judges.
Yes.
What is your view on it? Whether the system is working fine or do we need to overhaul it?
Sir, in these kind of system, we can't say that everything is properly working. There need to be some upgradation, as our honorable Chief Justice has also said that we can, like government can provide the better options as compared to like NJSC, what they had provided earlier, they had rejected that. So they can come with other system for appointment, but it should be more transparent in nature and more should be focused on judicial improvement rather than having the political instances
Your
focused.
recommendation? What will you recommend?
Sir, I think new schemes can come. We can have a better say on that, but it should be more transparent and more should be on the judicial side only. Because collegium system, we know that little bit transparency is the matter of concern there also. Because we need upgradation in the recent times because we have to have a lot of judicial appointments because lot of vacancies are there. So for that we have to come with a faster and efficient process.
Okay. We were talking of UPI transactions, but don't you think nowadays a lot of cyber frauds are being, public is victim of cyber frauds, money is being siphoned off through digital transactions. What do you say? What should be done?
So challenges are there. There are a lot of future challenges that is emerging out. But sir, the two-factor authentication system that has been provided by UPI and what we had seen in the recent times also, as compared to other payment systems across the world, UPI is much more efficient and have a easy method of understanding. Like people can have a like even a normal person can have a bit approach towards the UPI payment system. So we have to upgrade the security, no doubt about that, sir. But I think whatever the UPI is having as a feature, it is a recommendable thing as when we compare to about the other payment systems.
Okay. My last question. Solar energy is cleanest source of energy. But what are the constraints in use of solar energy in our country?
Sir, constraints regarding that is first manufacturing, because we don't have any raw materials for that. Solar wafers and all that is we get it imported from China. And sir, the installation is also like maintenance is also like less. But when we talk about like what is the recycling process is there is no any recycling process or any policies regarding that. What will be the other side of the aspect will be there. So these are the concerns, and first of all we have to focus on the production only, because if we have to promote solar energy, it should be cheap because it is costly for installation. Maintenance is low but the installation is high.
Thank you.
Thank you. So, who won the? You got interest in lawn tennis, huh?
Yes,
So, who won the last Grand Slam?
sir. It is I'm not able to recall the name.
This.
So the last was the US Open.
Okay. You remember what Wimbledon?
Yes, sir.
Who was the winner?
Wimbledon is was Novak Djokovic.
And the French Open?
French, Rafael Nadal.
And Australian?
Sir, I'm not able to recall that.
So now tell me, you have been to geography and we've been talking about geography a lot. You know, Joshimat is in news.
Yes, sir.
So, what do you think, in your opinion, are the causes and the solution you think of?
Sir, there are natural and anthropogenic. Both causes were there responsible for that land subsidence. Because we know that Himalaya is a youth mountain because it is still growing, and definitely there are a lot of events like because it is in a seismic zone of 5. So definitely earthquake is there that is having a major factor for land subsidence, even the landslides and all. And anthropogenic factor, we can say that, sir, the construction activities that are going on, because in 1976 Mishra Commission was there that had given the report to not to have a large scale construction in that region. But we are having that Tapovan project, Tapovan Vishnugar project.
Can you relate any recent reports by one of the IITs?
No, sir, actually I'm not able to recall that.
Do you find any solution to this?
Sir, solution.
Solutions.
Yes, sir. Solutions will be that we have to reduce the population burden should not be provided in these kind of regions. Like if the people are going in the regions for settlement, we have to say that balance should be, ecological balance should be there. And second, sir, that Joshimat was having the lackage of drainage system. So these things should be provided because of STPs, and that if we can establish, the water should not be drained out in anywhere in the mountain region. It should have.
STP has nothing to do with the hills?
No, sir, because drainage is not there. So most of the water that is used by those people, that is have a because these regions are having a porous capacity, so it can reduce the whenever it absorb the ground.
Sula is also densely populated. If you go to Dharamshala, that is also densely populated.
Yes, sir.
That cannot be the reason that one can skip off.
Okay, sir.
Anyhow, leave it. You heard about Virendra Skinner? You have interest in hockey also?
So
Virendra Skinner.
no, sir.
He just mentioned a statement about Hockey World Cup. You've seen the match yesterday?
I had came yesterday, sir. That's why I have not seen the match.
You read the news?
Yes, sir.
Who won?
Sir, India 2-0 Spain.
Anyhow, it was in the news that nobody is, covering the hockey tournaments. More of cricket is in news rather than the hockey World Cup.
Yes.
Thank you very much. You may go on. We'll just call you back for the feedback.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.